Hi, Taiwo. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening. I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing today, too?
I'm good. And how was the day?
Fine. Thank you for having me on your show
And thank you
today.
for honoring our invitation. It's a great
Thank
pleasure.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are ready for us tonight.
Partially, I'm good to go.
Partially. Should we
Yeah.
set for that?
Okay, I'm fully good to go. I'm fully ready for you. Yeah, I'm fully
Yeah,
ready
better.
for you. Yeah.
All right. Just allow me minutes to play a very short presentation, and
Okay.
hopefully people will start joining us now.
All right.
Ms. Damilola F. Yusuf is a personal branding consultant, photographer, LinkedIn visibility coach, and speaker. She helps executives and entrepreneurs stand out in a noisy online world by helping them to get clarity on what they want to be known for, understanding their unique value, and the best ways to communicate this to their ideal audience. Being certified as a content writer and personal branding expert, she has grown her LinkedIn platform to a huge number of following, and she's known for giving premium value to her followers and clients. She organized an online event called the LinkedIn Offline Hangout in 2021, where she brought together influencers and people on the platform to meet together and network in physical.
Hi, Taiwo. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. So,
Okay, great. Guess
all
was a
right.
bit of network issue.
Yeah,
So you
good.
actually took me by storm there. I was not expecting that intro. So you took me by storm. So thank you. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is the
Pretty
internet. It
cool.
happens. All right. I know you in person, and I can probably get some information, and so much that I think the presentation should be able to
Yeah.
introduce you enough. But then, since you are here, can you probably just share with us what we've been listening from you tonight and why we should probably hold a pen and even write your presentation down?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Taiwo. So I think from what we're having today, LinkedIn asks for growing your personal brand. Now, I think we should expect how we should build our brand online, the tips for growing your personal brand, and why you should build your brand using a platform like LinkedIn and not any other platform. So yeah, I think things like that would lead you to write. You need to write down.
All right, that's awesome. But then probably before you have the feed or whatever the case may be, getting to your profile, I understand that you're a photographer, and I know you are into content writing. You're into consultation. So should we say that you already have the skill to do well on LinkedIn? So what about we that we don't have the skill? It is okay because I always say that any picture that you see, any post that's on LinkedIn, there's always a picture that comes with it. So since you're a photographer, it will be easy for you to get pictures. And we always have to have pictures on every post that we put on LinkedIn.
So it's not compulsory really to put your pictures on LinkedIn. And but the reason why people put their pictures on LinkedIn is just to gain more visibility, because in this part of the world like Nigeria, we know we like pictures a lot. People outside the country might not take pictures that seriously, but for Nigerians, we have more attracted to people that have their pictures on their posts. And it's not about going to the studio all the time. Most of the pictures I post are just maybe few pictures that are professional, but most of them I take them on my phone, and most of them are either selfies or somebody is taking my picture, probably when I'm going out. So it doesn't have to be a professional picture all the time. You just have to have that kind of image that can project your personality and what you really want your audience to see about you, basically.
All right, yeah, I got that. But then maybe we start with this. I, for one, I make use of LinkedIn, of course.
Okay.
I'm not too actively like that. Okay, I think I'm beginning to uh, shown interest to it during this recent year. But before I had little to do. But then, can you share why you think? I mean, being active on LinkedIn, you'll be able to grow your
Yeah.
followers to thousands of followers. Unlike myself, that is never even imagine. So, can you just share it? Like, why do you think you should be on LinkedIn? Like, what should we be doing there?
So it depends on your personality, really. For me, I used to use Facebook and Instagram till my priorities changed. Mostly if you're more of a creative, maybe a fashion designer. Well, when I started with photography, I wanted to be more of a professional photographer. That's more of a corporate photographer. And I realized that most of the corporate men are on LinkedIn. That's why I came to the platform like LinkedIn in the first place. As I mean, I was more on fashion photographer, working on Instagram, want to achieve. LinkedIn is there, Facebook is there, people are building around on Twitter, but it's not compulsory you should. Abiye, I can see you. Hi, Michael. So it's not compulsory you have to be on LinkedIn. It depends on your priorities. So if you're more of a speaker, public speaker, most of your audience would be on LinkedIn. But one of the reasons I say people should be on LinkedIn is it's much easier right now to be heard and to be seen, because we know that a lot of people are on Instagram, and we have more than 1, 2, 3 billion people on Instagram. So trying to grow a brand on Instagram can be very, very crazy. You have to do that afresh. Then I think that LinkedIn is the best platform to grow your. And if you don't want much intimidation, you just want to be professional, I really think that LinkedIn is the best platform for you. Yeah.
I great. So,
So that's it.
probably we're going to the real act now. Let's
Yeah.
say, for example, let's just use the privilege of me having a year and then use that to register for your LinkedIn masterclass once and for all. So what I'm trying to ask here is just like, what are things that you think I will need to grow my LinkedIn account, and what are the kind of content that I need to create? Do I even need to create content at all? So, like, what kind of content that works? What are your thoughts on the algorithm? I mean, it's a personal experience.
Okay. So looking at the topic for today, which is grading your past brand on LinkedIn. Now, what you just said, building your personal brand has a whole lot more than optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Obviously, when you come on LinkedIn, you have to optimize your profile, have your headshot done, it's your headline before you now come to content. But I'll say building a personal brand on LinkedIn has a lot more to than just creating content. Someone can create a content from today and tomorrow. At the end of the day, you're not really building your brand. So one of the first thing you need to consider if you want to build your brand on LinkedIn is you need to build a foundation. So I can't just wake up and say, okay, I want to be active on LinkedIn, and I open the account, use a proper phrase people are using now. I just joined LinkedIn today. I'm excited. It doesn't work like that because okay, you're welcome, but you don't really have a proper structure. So the first thing you need to do is you need to know your why. Decide to come to a platform like this. Okay, why should I be acting then? Now, if you've decided, okay, I want to be known, I want to build my professional network, I want people to see me as an authority in my field, I want to be this and that. So you need to build a foundation first and now even start saying you want to create the content, because if you start building content and like that, trust me, you'll be frustrated because you're just going to be all over the place. And I must also say that building a personal brand on LinkedIn, building a personal brand on LinkedIn has to do with choosing your target audience. So Abia is a public speaker. Abia cannot be attending to some certain kind of clients. I don't know if you know that, but so you need to know your demographics. Okay, am I attending to the CEOs only? Am I attending to students? Am I working with the tech guys? know your target audience first. Then, as you progress, you'll be able to know, okay, these are the challenges of this people, and this is how I can to attain to their. So once you know your why first, then you can now start having clarity on building your brand on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay. My personal brand, should it be your business or your individual? And if it's going to be business, then am I going to have a business page or a company page? But if it will be personal, can I still use company page still? I mean, I think I'm trying to build my personal brand on LinkedIn, and my personal brand can be my business. So do I need to create a company page, probably like instead.ng, or I need to use my personal account or profile like yourself?
Okay. So I'm saying that building your personal brand is much different from building a company brand. So, for example, Insights.ng, it's a company brand on its own. So, if you, for example, Taiwo, you want to build your own pasta brand, then obviously you have to build it separately from Insights. Do you understand? So, it's advisable you build your own personal brand first because that is what will drive people to even know much about your company. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. With personal experience on LinkedIn, it is really, really hard building a company page.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I'm telling
Very,
you, just
very.
that's the fact that LinkedIn has this offer whereby you can invite 1,000 followers from your
Yeah.
personal followers to your company at the same time. Just feel like, wait, are we ever going to grow, or will we keep counting maybe 50, 100 every day? Like, it is what it is. But then let's talk about the LinkedIn algorithm. I know that
Okay.
other platforms like Facebook,
Mhm.
I'm not very active on Facebook actually. I'm a little bit active on Twitter. I used to use Instagram to some extent. Okay, I use platform for a while and then I disappear. Depends on what I want to go and do.
Yeah, I
So
get.
but I'm a little bit familiar with Twitter algorithm and I
Okay.
understand Facebook algorithm. So I wouldn't say I understand Instagram because of different upgrades and reel and the likes. But then to some
Mhm.
extent I do. But LinkedIn does not look like a platform that has an algorithm at all.
They do really.
Which algorithm? Which
They
algorithm? Like
do.
I'm serious here. Because
Oh,
all we
they
do is like
do.
you have to shed light on that, honestly, because
So
I
all
don't
we do is what first? Let me even hear from you.
okay,
All
like this.
we okay, let me
If
hear.
I post on LinkedIn, for example, let's say I post, and fortunately, maybe some people follow me. Probably they work with insights and we
Mhm.
connect. Maybe schoolmates. I think doing is actually very good at connecting you and your university story. Everyone don't care about them. So then we have those ones, and then maybe friends and people that. Okay, but the only time I get like people share your content is like whereby maybe you share my content, for example, where
Mhm.
you with maybe thousands of followers or following rather, then they get to see me. But other than that, on a platform like maybe other platform, you know that you share, you put some profile like follow this person, let's say Twitter for example, and maybe recommendation also on Facebook. So is there anything like that on LinkedIn? Like what are good? What is it really like?
So the algorithm now is when you press the post button. So LinkedIn tested, okay, would somebody interact with it? Company page, it's difficult. But when it's a personal page, it's easier, really. Okay, so I was talking about the algorithm. Now, when you make a post and the moment you hit the post button, so LinkedIn checks if within the first one hour if people are going to interact with the post or not. So if nobody interacts with the post, then your post is on its own. So even if it's one like or two likes or one comment, it's going to go a long way. And really for people to really engage with your post, then it means that number one, your post makes sense. Number two, instead of have like an image, though that can make your post go faster. Then another one has to do with when you have enough following and connections, because it's going to be very hard if most of your followers and your connections are not online when you make your post. It's going to make it very frustrated for you. Also, you don't have if you don't have enough, yeah, if you post at the wrong time. So some people get to make their post by 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and meanwhile people are still sleeping. So the engagement rate is going to be very, very low. But if you make your post, let's say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., people are still online before they get busy with their office work. So you can get engagements that way. But you also need, the major thing is your connection, and also do you engage with other people's posts? Because you don't expect someone to um, like your picture or engage with your post if you do not do that with them often. LinkedIn is like a community, so if you don't interact with people often, you might be on your own. So rather than trying to bother yourself with you're not getting a lot of engagement, try to take out time to always respond to people's posts, always comment on others people's posts. Like that, you're gaining visibility for your page, and you're also letting people like you more. So yeah, I think that's what I can say about the algorithm. And the more people, so when you comment, if you have another comment again on your page and you respond, like that, it gets to circulate to people even outside your network, because they have the first connection, second connection, third connection. So your first connection is someone that is connected to you directly. Your second connection is someone that is connected to your first connection. And your third connection is someone that is connected to your second connection. So that's how it works, really.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
for the explanation.
Yeah.
First connection, second connection, third connection. Something very
Yeah.
funny. Like the first time I saw first again, and the second thought, I was like, wait, are we becoming first? Like on probably getting and then just back and forth.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
get it.
tried to check through the comment section, but then I don't think LinkedIn has the option. Sometimes I have to wait for my phone to get comments. So if you are checking out with, if you are with us live, please, and you have question or anything, do it to drop it in the comment section. I will see it here. I cannot
Okay,
project
great.
it.
You're checking your phone. Okay, cool.
All right. So
Yeah,
in a nutshell, this algorithm, like,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
that's
There is, and you upgrade all the time. Yeah. What do you call LinkedIn? What do you take LinkedIn for? Is we have algorithm.
I only go there to update my company details and everything, and probably connect people that I need to connect with.
I think
Now,
it's easier to grow your own page, because when you grow your own page, it's easier for people to connect with your company's page.
yeah,
Yeah,
I will know that from now on. And then talking about connection.
yeah,
Okay, yesterday, yeah, talk about
yeah.
connection. Uh, what's your view about maybe connecting with people or chatting? So people view like maybe you get to message them through email or you make use of the direct message. So what we talk about and which one is more effective or which one is good?
Um. Okay, I think it depends. It depends on you, but most times it's easier to do um, a message then message first, so that when you now let them know that okay, I'm from this so person, or this is me, you pitch yourself here, and if you get a feedback from the person, you can now say, can I send an email? So that person will know that okay, this is the same person that is sending me an email, and the name would correlate. So email first, then if the person, you can ask for permission to send an email, and then if the person says yes, you're good to go.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. So What about this common culture of attaching your what's it called, your curriculum vitae CV on your LinkedIn? Is it like that's part of personal branding, or what's the talk on that?
Uh, well, people loves on LinkedIn, a lot of people, but mostly, even without your CV, LinkedIn is like your CV because you get to put in your work experience, your education. So before, LinkedIn used to be more of a CV resume kind of builder that just put your CV here and then just dump it, and then any employer that is looking for you or you're trying to reach out to an employer, you can always check out your page. But right now, you do to attach your CV to your still part of your profile building, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't
All
matter
right,
at all.
that's cool. I got that. Okay, let's talk about the area of recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
I actually need a recommendation. I hope you give me that. but but how does recommendation work on LinkedIn? And
Okay, so recommendation, the word recommendation, just like the meaning, it's like you're confirming somebody that this person is legit, you've worked with this person before. Most of the real people that uses LinkedIn a lot, like the recruiters, people that are checking out people's profiles to work with them, they pay attention to a lot of these things. But people are they're really misusing the recommendation because someone from nowhere that I've not worked with can just come and say, "Hi, Dami, please recommend me." Now I'm like, I've not worked with you before. So indirectly you're going to be lying when you say, oh, this person is blah, this person is blah. But the best way to use LinkedIn recommendation is if you've worked with somebody before. Right now, I've had a section with you before, so it's something you can even if I send you recommendation request, I should write something about me. You've worked with me before, so it's something you can easily say, okay, I had a section with Dami and she was good, blah blah blah. If you also maybe you had some clients you've worked with in the past and you're on LinkedIn, so you can always send them the recommendation list and they can always write good things about you, past colleagues, ex bosses, people, your clients, and all that. Yeah. So
okay, wait, can we take that I've worked with you now?
yes,
Can
nah.
I get a
Well,
recommendation?
well, yeah. Yes,
Because it is
now.
essential. It is sad I don't have a recommendation on my page. Really
But
sad
you have
anyway.
is your page fully optimized? Is the first question.
Until after this session that I think I'll probably go and work on some of the things that you made mention of. It is not fully optimized.
You need to optimize
And
it.
talk about fully optimization. You made mention of a few when we started. You talk about EDA, you talk about your
Yeah.
profile picture and the likes. But let's talk about the feature page. It was until yesterday that I was trying to update this program that I made use of feature page. So how do you use feature in LinkedIn? What are the kind of things that work well? I storm on this dude page, Emmanuel. I don't pronounce that as soon as I don't pronounce it, I think. And then he
Yeah,
has
Yoruba.
certificates on it. So what kind of things I think it work best for making use of a feature page, and not just that, probably for individual, because you have to cite me, because me, I will probably not to upload the certificates because I'm not skilled job. And
You
so it
don't you
is
don't have to have a job before you can, for example, you can have a skill or a certification, maybe like you just completed a course, maybe on social media marketing or something. That's a certificate. So everything are packaging. Is packaging. So somebody asked a question. I don't know whether you want to answer his question before I or something.
okay. Let me see if I can see the question. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
leading is not. I can see it. So can you get
You
it
can
loud?
say so. Ray Value Reality asked, I kind of miss most of the program, but what are the most important things national LinkedIn should have? Like I just opened a LinkedIn account and I'm not sure of the important things that should be included. You people, don't worry, my book is coming. My book will answer all your questions, but let me give you a little tip so that you don't worry yourself too much. So LinkedIn has a lot of features. So excuse me. Um, okay, sorry, my nephew's here.
It
So
is okay.
to open a LinkedIn account is like when you're given a form to fill and there are a million of to fill. So first things first is updates. There are different things they will ask you to update. They'll ask you to update your headline. They'll ask you to update your about section. They'll ask you to update a million and one things. So all you have to do is what I recommend before the book comes out. Let me give you a little tip. Is just go to Google, search how to optimize my LinkedIn profile, and there are a lot of resources that can guide you through how to build your LinkedIn profile so that you don't get lost and you don't get too confused.
All right. Thank you for answering that. I'm sorry, guys. We cannot project question through LinkedIn. I'm a bigger fan of YouTube. I hope I am not committing blood. Then let's leave that aside. Let's talk about. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. So,
Mhm.
heavy picture. I'm also. Okay, there are pictures on LinkedIn that probably one dude wearing a suit, a tie, and then probably white shirts. I mean, that's cool. And maybe a girl or a lady rather with pairs of nice gown and the likes. And I mean, what is it like? Profile pictures. Like, is it like we are trying to represent the company? I understand why probably have that on. I don't actually understand because I prefer way something like this. So I'm just like saying, asking questions like, most you do is the corporates when probably even pictures that we post on LinkedIn when posting tests and a profile picture most always have suits. Maybe it's if I through the park or whatever.
Okay, so are you talking about profile picture right now?
Yes, profile picture.
Okay, well, it depends. So part of what I read in my book, it depends on your niche, really. When I was before I deviated from photography, I had to take a picture where I was holding my camera so that anybody that looks at my picture know that okay, this girl has something to do with the camera. So because most professionals are more of the guys on suits, that's why most people use suit pictures. But for an IT guy, and a graphics lady, an artist. There are different ways you can project who you are without needing to wear a suit, basically. But because it's a professional networking code and it's different from Instagram and YouTube, you just have to come in a professional way so that people that you want to work with can easily understand that okay, this person understands the rules of the game. So when you're in Rome, behave like the Romans.
All right, I think I got that. So it is more like a niche thing. But then since you made me sure about your book 5, 6, 7 times,
Yeah,
I didn't
because
ask
it's
you.
pro.
Of it. You probably have to. You won't leave us curious. You have to give us more insight on probably what you have there.
Okay, that's why I mentioned the book because it's going we're going to start pre-ordering probably by next week because when so the truth is I'm coming from the perspective of a normal person. Okay, when I came to LinkedIn, not everybody has that time to do research because we are busy. We have our own lives, we have projects, deadlines to meet, we have office work to do. So the book basically has everything about why you should be active on LinkedIn, the benefits. Somebody asked a question on difference between following and connecting. I'm going to answer that question now. It has everything to do with the question. The book talks about content
Wait, you
creation.
mentioned the person. That's not the person they honor. And thank you for the question.
Have you seen a question?
Nope, I will have to check it here. I can't see it. Who is the person?
Okay, so her name is Ojuade Modupe. So she's asking, what's the difference between following or connecting with somebody? So there are two main things you have on LinkedIn. We have creator mode. They just did that, and the normal connect. So there are some features that somebody in a creator mode will have that somebody that is not in a creator mode will have. So for example, when you see follow, like when you want to connect with somebody, the first thing that it says follow, it means that person is in a creator mode. It means that that kind of person, you can switch it on yourself. So if you're the type that likes to post content back to back on LinkedIn, it means that you are coming as a creator. So LinkedIn created that feature that, okay, you can have, if you want to be very active and if you don't want people to be connected with you like all the time, you can just have the follow mode. So once the creator mode is on, rather than people connecting with you directly, they just follow you. And that's why they've mentioned about featured section is mostly for those that have the creator mode on. Do
All
you
right,
understand?
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I hope she understand that. And then make me sure of creator mode and a normal
Yeah.
one. Which one will you recommend for building one's personal brand on LinkedIn?
Okay, so if you're just starting out, I wouldn't advise you to do creator mode. If maybe you're just on like 459 connections, just build your connections to maybe 500 plus or 2,500 connections first, because following has to, okay, because following has to, minute, because following has to do with, if you're following me or if you're following somebody, that means you expect more from somebody. So if you also don't want to just connect to somebody, you can just the follow button instead. So I'll put myself as an example. When I came on LinkedIn, I was just more of the connect, and you send me connection request, I follow. Then I realized, then I read about the creator mode, and because I wanted to post content often on LinkedIn, I turned on the creator mode feature. And there are other benefits for creator mode that it's different from just a regular user. So when I make a post, anybody that sees it, there will always be a follow button beside it. So just rather than going to connect and do all manner of things, just press a follow, and next moment you see the person's post coming over on your field. And also there are some top people that wouldn't even accept your connection for like days to come. But when you follow them, you can actually see their content, and indirectly they're a member and you're part of the network.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving insights on that. And I
Yeah.
am going to ask a question on probably tips that you think I will need to maybe I want to connect with someone at all costs. It's part of my portfolio because I think that needing now put it as first, second form. But before doing that, do I have a permission to share the picture on the photograph picture that I made mention of?
Okay.
Okay, I think
Okay. You're just casting me. Yeah, but it's fine.
no, it is nice, of course. And I don't know if you to be talk about another thing like maybe YouTube or social media or Instagram. I think I started with a compliment. But LinkedIn, I don't even know. This is that people are filing corporate assault and the like. So then let's talk about the picture itself, the background, the concept, and everything. Like, okay, this is not a photography session. But then
No, you
I
can
think
talk
the whole idea.
about it actually, because that's still is still part of personal branding, because for that particular picture it was actually planned, because then I was more, well, I'm still doing that, but that's not like my major focus. That's when you talk about personal branding photography. Sometimes if you want to go beyond the office setting, lifestyle, there are some things that you can consider. So Let me hear. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Okay, I got that. It is nice. So maybe my next picture I will snap it in my office.
But it has to do so for LinkedIn. Nobody cares about your shoes really. Nobody cares about it's easier, it's better for you to make your face more zoomed in than having a far off picture, and try to make the dimension very cool because people want to see you. Your background is good, it should be good, but don't let the environment, that's why it's different from Instagram. Nobody is interested in your 1 million naira suits. Nobody is interested in your 500,000 naira shoes. As long as you have your face in the frame, that's the major thing people are interested in, really. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. This is just supposed to be an hour, so I'm not sure maybe you still have more minutes at the end. I'm cool.
Yeah, I think I have like this 63, so probably have some minute left. Don't worry
All right,
about your
so
service.
and thank you very much for that. Okay, talking about your bow, like what kind of content that you think will work better for one's bow, like personal build? Is it like I and but before we even talk about that, that's like I'm putting two questions together. This is more like a cruise because I cannot confirm it. But then something that LinkedIn is more like an avenue of exploring your pool. Like it's just about you telling them that I just cashed out 1 million naira, 50 million naira, and we can even talk about the ones that punch features an 18 years old boy. If that's even is up to that. But the whole point is this like and I think those kind of content for me to have got to do about it. I check content on LinkedIn, of course, but they are the ones that I am interested in, not something like that. But still, I got it. So should we say that maybe algorithm is in favor of that kind of content, like, or how come that they are the ones that are even more, I mean, popping? And also, we talk about your biography page too on LinkedIn.
Okay, so first, like I said, algorithm favors a lot of celebration posts. I remember this time I posted because I hosted an event. So my friend proposed to me there, and I think I posted that picture and it was viral. I think it had like 2,000 plus and like 50 something thousand. Oh, he had a lot of views. So this is the thing, is interested. People like to hear motivational stories, celebration stories, because people they want their day to come. Do you understand? It's just psychology. So when I see someone doing a master's, putting up a master's post, in your mind, if you skip it, you might feel like a witch because you might feel like, are you not happy for this person? And indirectly, you're really happy for this person. So you hit the like button. Another person says it's all really emotional story involved. They like it, they comment. So that's how the algorithm works. It circulates. People are saying this post, they're liking. That's why you get some people flies because they're interested in the algorithm, and you see them post today, no content tomorrow. And also people post because the professional network, people feel LinkedIn is safer and there's no much spiritual people like Facebook and Instagram. So for you guys, you can feel for me, I feel more comfortable posting about my success story on LinkedIn than Facebook because I feel that everybody understands the professional network. So anything that has to do with the
Or
professional
you
field.
thought that they are not the typical year that people call in Yoruba.
Well, yeah, because I feel like, yes, now, because if you're saying it's a professional network, then people should understand that, okay, anything professional works here. That's why people feel it somehow when you put some certain posts like personal business on that works for Facebook on LinkedIn. So because it's professional, people tend to put their weight there, and so that they can also let people know that, okay, oh, I've been working so hard for many years now. Wish me luck, congratulate me. And it's also a way to boost their personal profile as well.
All right, that's cool. And then let's talk about the biography then.
What about my biography?
Okay, wait. My biography, they're the one for your about you, and there's another one that features on your home page when people click on your profile. What do you call that one?
That's your about summary. What you can offer. The biography is just maybe things you use, maybe when you have a speaking engagement, just a summary of everything about you. But your about summary can be like 3,000 words, can be like 4,000 words. So
That's a
that's the
lot.
difference. Yeah. So it just explains more about what you do. And okay, this is my services. You can reach out to me here, but your biography is just a little bit of that's why it's different. Some CEOs can just put their biography they use anyway and just drop. So that's the difference between optimizing your page. CEOs are not selling anything, so there's nothing to sell. The one is just updates. So if I need you, please go to my LinkedIn and just copy. I don't have time to start sending you my biography here and there. So I think that's the difference, really.
All right, that's nice
Yeah.
then. So, pictures and videos, which
Mhm.
one works better on LinkedIn?
Okay, with personal experience, pictures work more on LinkedIn. The only thing videos, because number one, even if you want to do video, 1 minute video is fine. Don't overboard it. Attention span we know is very low, and people are there like a million and one things for professional stuff. I don't think there's something you want to tell me that I've never heard in my life before, but but because people want to, but because people want to just see that you're real. So you can just do like a 1 minute video, and you shouldn't do it all the time. I've done like a lot of videos, and I try as much as possible not to go beyond 1 minute or 2 minutes at most. And I try to summarize it because people are at work and nobody will have time to start putting their phone on their ear to listen to what you're saying or use earpiece. So the little captions that you have, they can always follow through, but pictures work more. You can just put the video to just validate that I'm a human being, oh, so you can see how I look, how I talk, and then that it also builds your visibility as well.
All right, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
so what we are talking about is LinkedIn Ads, professional tips for growing your personal brand on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
During the course of researching for, I mean, I'm going live on LinkedIn, something that I've never done before. Okay, yeah, there is this kind of this conception that webinar on LinkedIn also help. Is that part of brand building or what? And then I know you
Yeah.
host webinar rather on LinkedIn. I think you should. You can also give us more insights and probably we want to have something like this. And yeah, thanks for the assistance for this one that we are doing now.
Okay, I'll try to be honest. I'll try to be real, guys. Don't overdo. See, someone that does a 9 to 5, Uh, coupled if you're living in Lagos, you know how Lagos will be. You leave your house as early as 6 a.m., you get to the office by 8, you try as much as possible, you leave work by 5, you get home, you want to face your family. Nobody will have that time. That's the truth. So please don't kill yourself. People, if you notice, people that are very active on LinkedIn, better laugh, I'm serious. People that are very active on LinkedIn are guys that either work from home or they have their
Like
business.
us,
That's the truth, because if you have your business, you're looking for clients. All this personal branding we are doing is because you need people to work with you. If you're someone that earns like 2M per month or 3M, you don't have all this time to be doing this. Then the highest you would do is update, optimize your profile, drop content 1 or 2, and just go. So it has to do with your priority. That's why I try as much as possible not to overwhelm myself with things. If I feel that I can do this thing now, I will do it. Yes, going life is good. Not everybody would always listen to your show. Not everybody would always attend your life meetings. The only thing is just that okay, people feel that it's perception. Okay, if this guy can be hosting it, that means he knows his onions, because someone that is not an expert in his craft cannot be doing live videos. He'll just mess up himself. Do you understand? So the essence of being that is just to have something to say, okay, I'm doing this, you're seeing me do this and that. And in reality, it doesn't work for everybody. So yeah. So just do what
all
work
right.
for you. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's cool. Then I believe that's a takeaway home
mhm.
for everyone, including myself. So, any other thing to talk about LinkedIn? Can you please check maybe we have any comments because I can't see.
No, I think that's all.
All right, so you,
Michael, the word do is saying 3,000 words. Can you please explain that? I don't know, it's already my show. If you can't see your comments, you're supposed to pay me. It's already my show. If I don't have your show,
imagine.
I will see comments, at least. So I don't know if Michael can expatiate more on what she's talking about.
Okay, I think I got where he's talking coming from. Only you made mention about your biography that you can have up to 3,000 words. So I
No, that's
think
your summary. Like it, I'm saying that the summary is you have that space. So I'm saying that your summary has that space. It's higher than your biography. So you can have up to 3,000 words if you want. You can have one, but it depends on you. I'm just saying that there's enough space for you to write so much. So yeah, she just expatiated. No, you don't have to write so much. For me, I didn't write so much. There's some people that write. So it depends on what you're trying to pitch. I'm just saying that there is the grace for that number, so you can optimize it. You can use it to your advantage. So yeah.
all right, that's cool. Okay, I let's talk about LinkedIn influencer or LinkedIn influencers, so to say.
Okay.
You for one, I can say you're a LinkedIn influencer. Of course, you
I
cannot
swear I
comment
don't
on.
consider myself as an influencer. If somebody will tell me I'm an influencer, I'm like, are you
So, what
violating
is the
me?
definition of influencer then?
My Sophia is like celebrity.
I understand you're just being humble. Well, it is a good humility spirit, and I admire that in you.
Well, probably because I'm not.
Yeah,
I
let's talk about
think
connect with
personally.
influencer then. I understand that maybe the privilege I have, I don't have your contacts. I will talk on LinkedIn, so
Mhm.
maybe because it's my profile still instead of Angie. I don't know, but I'm just trying to say like what, like what are the what tactics to connect with influencers on LinkedIn? Maybe you need their help for anything or whatever the case may be. Like, is it like just pump them that hey, so let's talk.
So individuals are different. I can't talk for other people. That's the truth. People's way of influencing are different, but mostly you can just reach out to them in their DM. That's the best. That's why you have a DM in the first place on LinkedIn. LinkedIn DMs are not for hi, how are you? LinkedIn DMs are for go straight to the point. Like go straight. That's different between it and normal Facebook chat. So
You can talk about the lead to hi beautiful lady. And tell
I'll answer you. You tell me how okay, how are you? Okay, I'm fine. What do you want? So mostly it's about just go straight to the point. So when you connect, okay, if obviously people need money. So if your offer is good, if they really want to work with you, they would reply. And if one, two, three follow-ups they do not reply, then that means they don't want to work with you. So it just has to do with go straight to your DM. Whatever thing you want to do with those guys, reach out to them. If they are interested, they will let you know if they have the time to reply. So there's no two ways about it. Or yeah, or you can send them an email, and that's the good thing about LinkedIn because the moment they click on your page, that's why you have to optimize your page and post content so they'll know you're real. So the moment they
I
click on your page, yeah. So somebody asked the question. Michael is saying, how many words do you think is ideal, please? Because I don't want to bore people. What I'll just say is check out pages. The major thing about summary is okay, you want people to know you better. So coming to my page, using my page for example, I say hi there, talk about myself, what service I can render in a friendly way. Don't sound like a robot. So for you now, you cannot be like, hi there, my name is Michael. That would do. I'm a IT specialist. I'm a business strategist. I help people do this. I help people do that. Please feel free to reach out to me. Just let them know you better. I also advise you can just check out other people's pages to have more idea. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about open to service or open for work. It's that should
Mhm.
be personal branding, right? I don't use any of them, but I've got through the process of recruiting on LinkedIn, so I understand how open to work. But then open to service, who are that one meant for? I believe open to work should be like maybe someone that is seeking a job. I might be wrong. I'm seeking.
I don't think I've seen open to service before. I think the one I know of is open to work and open to job opportunities or something.
Really? Wow.
Open to service doesn't matter if someone. So the way it works is all of these things are more of LinkedIn optimization, really. So if I need somebody's service, the all open to work, uh, I can. It's just for me. I look at LinkedIn as a real life scenario, truthfully. So when I see you, you have open to work. I don't care about the open to work that you have. What do I do first? I check to see if whatever you have is something that I'm interested in. True or false. Even if you don't have the open to work, I can always reach out to you and say, okay, this and this. So it still boils down to even if you have the open to service, whatever your keywords are, whatever you do, people that want to reach you can find you. But the best way to do that is also optimize your profile.
Okay, and is leading exam a part of it? Because those people attempt to do exam almost every day. And when I was living in the university, I told myself that I'm done with books. So,
You can't be
so
done with the books, man. Never. I don't think so.
all right, we are currently at 3 minutes. Why am I not checking the time and not you?
I am. You're the host. I told you I'm on your service now. It's your show. So it's
All right,
actually 57, so
I'm
I
not
think we
sure
should
we
be
have
rounding
any
up.
new question, and if we do, we can
Yeah.
attend to that. But in the absence of none, I believe we should be good to go.
Yeah,
Except
I
you have
think
an
we're good.
extra, so let's just have probably a final word from you, and then let's call it a session.
Okay, so final words is you should understand there's a difference between building a personal brand and LinkedIn optimization. They are two different things. Building a personal brand is like you're building yourself and building yourself and your all stages of your life. While LinkedIn optimization is like you're building your furnishing your house. That's the difference. So please building your personal brand has to do with this that we are doing, opening yourself to job opportunities, to interviews, to if selling your books, if you have any, selling your services to people. So personal brand is you as you progress. It's like a journey. So it has to do with you being continuous with what you're doing, of doing whatever, bringing whatever you do online to the offline rather to the online world for people to see you. Because trust me, there are a lot of people that are doing great things but are not online. So like I say, everything is packaging. Someone that is doing extremely well in the office can be structure his or her own brand and bring it to social media here for more people to see what he or she is doing, and that way can gain more credibility. So that's it.
All right, thank you very much for the whole session, and I really appreciate your presence.
Thank you for
All right,
having me.
if you will like to connect with Damilola, I would Sparker, yes. Just do well to check for Damilola Felicia
Very
Yusuf on
fine.
LinkedIn. I'm not sure, maybe she should you should be able to probably get an email there, or
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you are
my email is
connected,
there. Yeah, my email
so
is
you can
there.
just reach out there. And thank you very much. And then thank you for joining us live.
Thank you
Danny,
guys for
thank you.
coming.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. We can connect on my page and then we can probably be friends. And thank you, Taiwo. You are such a very good sparker.
I will reason that in my sleep. Thank you very much for
You're
that.
very good. You're very good. Yeah, thank you for the entire
Yeah.
team for having me on the show. It was fun. So, like, thank you guys. All right.
Yeah, thank you very much for the all insights. And yeah, guys, yeah, let's talk about Insiders NG. Please, you can do well to follow our company page. Just check for Insiders NG on LinkedIn. You will see it there. A very nice flyer like that or whatever. You don't have to follow me or connect with me, but you can if you feel like. I should be Telshit Career. And yeah, uh, it's all good. Thank you very much, everyone.
Ms. Damilola F. Yusuf is a personal branding consultant, photographer, LinkedIn visibility coach, and speaker. She helps executives and entrepreneurs stand out in the noisy online world by helping them to get clarity on what they want to be known for, understanding their unique value, and the best ways to communicate this to their ideal audience. Being certified as a content writer and personal branding expert, she has grown her LinkedIn platform to a huge number of following, and she's known for giving premium value to her followers and clients. She organized an online event called the LinkedIn Offline Hangout in 2021, where she brought together influencers and people on the platform to meet together and network in physical.